Oh, there you go, Dahlia. Dahlia, give me XP, man. XP. You give me XP too, whatever you're hitting. Yes, leveled up. Ding, 61, baby. If you find like good groups, this is nuts. This is actually pretty quick.
Hex. So, on a recent leveling guide I published, a YouTube viewer by the name of Callus1234 left a message stating you could level up in the cobalt assembly area and tag elite mobs, then let other players kill them for you.
Okay.
Now, I had actually...
That's what we know as well. Marcelian has been doing on a couple of his alts.
Experimented with this method right at the start of Dragonflight, but I found that my mage was getting killed way too often for it to be viable. However, Callus1234's comment made me think that I might have missed something, so I did a bit of research and went back to check.
Ooh.
Some people claim to be leveling in less than 2 hours, which at first seemed absurd.
That has not been our experience.
It's actually possible to level in 2 hours doing this. However, that upper limit can only be attained when the stars all align. Let me explain. So, Cobalt Assembly is this weird place in Azure Span in the Dragon Isles, filled with very powerful elite mobs. Maximum level players farm these mobs for reputation awards. I'm not going to go into that further since this video is just about leveling. All you need to know for these purposes is that there are often a number of max level players farming mobs here.
Been doing this last night a little bit, but...
Player, you can tag the elites they're farming for a massive amount of experience. Now, I should explain what I mean by tagging. That is any player contribution to a kill.
So the way Marcelian has been doing it, he's not in a group. He just tags mobs and he gets the XP from, max level people killing them, and you get like a lot of XP. Once you get a couple of groups going where they can just like blast through the mobs super quick, they just get loads of XP coming in as you tag. You have to be careful because you can get one shot. Obviously, these are level 70 elites, so that's kind of how it is. Now, he's been able to get from 60 to 69 in about 4 hours. However, apparently there's a way to get that to 70 in 2 hours.
That could be.
So I don't know if it's a secret.
And it is important to understand that any kind
maybe
of
you need to get like certain consumables or
for only 1 health point of the mob would count as a kill, and it would get full experience.
Yeah, that's proper tagging.
Healing a player involved in a kill also counts.
Oh,
so
really?
Healers can use an area of effect heal on
oh, I could just heal
full
people.
Experience from any mob those players.
Look, I'm putting that under the tank, so I'm healing the tank. I'm not gonna do anything. I want to test it out. So I've put like a fluorescence there. So I'm clearly healing everybody. This is the artificer, the bad dude. I'm not getting XP. Yeah, healing doesn't work. Nah, you cannot just heal. Direct heals. Oh, so do hots count? Oh. Okay. Let's see. Dahlia left. But I can heal this guy. Okay, I'm getting XP. I see how it is. Okay.
Damage.
Yes.
Finally, taunts work very well. Those are abilities which do no damage, but are designed to provoke mobs to attack you. In this video, I only use one ability on each character to attack mobs. My Preservation Evoker uses Dream Breath. That's an area of effect heal with a large radius.
Man,
and my Brewmaster
I think healing is so much better. I was spending like last night I tried a little bit on the monk. I got like 1 level in about 15 minutes or something like that. So it wasn't that bad. Or 20 minutes maybe. But trying to like tag everything that's max level, you're gonna do like a lot of misses and a lot of parries and a lot of stuff like that. So healing is, you cannot miss with healing. They cannot resist your heals. So I think that's way better.
Her ox statue to taunt large numbers of mobs. Again, in a very large radius.
Oh, really? No way! With Brewmaster, you can use a taunt statue? Isn't that just gonna get one shot though?
These abilities allow you to stay as far away as possible. Just before we continue, I should mention that my Patreon exists and we have lots of cool active exploits currently. Join now to avoid missing out.
But those are not our patrons, which are way cooler.
Realm, then it is entirely possible there won't be a significant number of players here. So you will need to use Group Finder simply to get to a realm where there is an active player base.
So what? Does he join a... He's just going to join a group and then leave?
Do this. It may not be that easy to get a group. The cobalt farms listed on Group Finder are mostly intended for 70s. Some explicitly say this in the group title, but even if they don't, that's the
XP farm.
implication.
You're going to do it as a group, but that reduces the XP.
States the group is for leveling stroke XP. So groups with leveling and XP in the title are what you are looking for. In my experience, these will usually let you in instantly, and most other Cobalt groups will just ignore your application.
But the XP will be split then.
Now, you do this mainly to get onto a realm with a decent number of people farming Cobalt Assembly, rather than any advantage from actually being in a group.
So you just get into groups to get ported to the shard/server, right? And then you just leave? Do you just leave?
Groups are severely penalized in terms of the experience
penalized.
Kills. I was getting 800 XP per kill as opposed to 1800 solo.
Yeah, that's exactly what because I was in a party with Marcelian last night.
Contributes to a kill, which is
so the XP was halved
in Cobalt Assembly. If your group is the only one that kills a mob, then you will actually get even more experience from killing the mob than doing it solo, 2,600 XP. However, this doesn't really happen that often due to the large number of players that tend to cluster in realms with active Cobalt Assembly farms.
Okay.
If you can somehow get into a group on an otherwise empty realm, then you have an amazing situation for speed leveling, so take full advantage of that.
All right. Wait,
now,
is the XP
even
split?
With the penalty
even if
for
you're solo?
Experience gains caused by non-group members tagging the mob, you have a compensation in that any group member who tags a mob will get experience for you. So you will get more tags than you would solo, even though you get less experience per tag. In fact, you can do this AFK to some extent if you really want.
But see, okay, so what he's saying, I think, is if you're in a group, because I kind of tried this with Marcelian yesterday, where we were in a party, just the two of us, and we were like on different sides of the Cobalt Assembly, and we were each trying to tag different groups of mobs from that are basically were in combat with different types of players. But I think there's a limit to the range. The range seems to be kind of an issue where if you stray too far, you don't get the XP. So I don't know if this is super efficient, but weirdly enough, you don't get the XP, but if you do get the XP, it's still split. So
thanks for that.
That was weird.
Glad you've got my back.
Clearly healer privilege. Why is the audio of the thing on even when I'm not on the thing?
Generally don't exist for that long. When the group disbands, you are not immediately kicked off the realm back to your own, and you can stay solo on the active realm you were transferred to until you log off. This means you can still follow other players around and tag their kills.
So this wouldn't just dephase you from your shard instantly?
And in fact you will get full solo XP at 1800 a kill. Now, if you are a tank or a DPS class with high damage mitigation, this is going to be a picnic. I tried this with my Brewmaster Monk and leveled at lightning speed. However, as I mentioned previously, when I tried this on my mage, I was dying a lot, and so were many of the other leveling players I was grouping.
Well, all right.
So I started analyzing my
that
combat
leveling
logs
spot
to
is
try and
nuts.
find out what
I've
was
leveled
going on.
several tunes there.
Now,
Yeah, that's Marcin got about like 4 of his alts, I think. So, but he took like around 4 to 5 hours to do it. I'm not seeing, like, outside of the group thing, this is not necessarily anything new, trying to get the leveling going. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. I didn't really think that you just join a group and you get to a more populated share, because I just went in right now. Like, right now, if I am into the game, like, there's nothing going on here. There's nobody doing anything in the Cobalt Assembly. But I'm hoping that if I get into a decent group, there's nothing. This is barrens. Yeah. So,
interesting thing was
anything new that we could use?
It was down to one mob and one mob only, and that is the Oppressive Artificer. This mob has 2 abilities which are absolutely lethal to cloth wearers and possibly other classes that are under geared. Stonefall and Thunderstomp. Now I'm using a Preservation Evoker here, which is a very squishy class. You can see what happens when this mob casts Stonefall Thunderstomp here. This AoE ability has a huge
spicy
radius and hits for almost
yeah, you're gonna get one shot a bunch of times trying to do this. Definitely happened for us as well.
Of my evoker. Now I tried staying well away from this mob and just casting ranged heals on the other players. Unfortunately, that doesn't really work because you have to be reasonably close to get credit to receive experience for killing the mob, as close as the damage radius from the oppressive artificer's ability.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I said. Because we were like a little bit too far away and we didn't get the XP anymore, which was...
Is there anything squishy players can do to avoid this? Yes. The first and most obvious thing would be to get gear with more stamina and damage mitigation, or to change to a more damage-resistant specialization.
Okay.
But these options won't be practical or desirable.
Sorry for non-tanks. Sorry for non-tanks.
Just to have an awareness of the dangers posed by the oppressing artificer.
All right, so gotta watch out for that guy.
Recognize them. You can use a macro like
oppressive artificer.
Oppressive artificer.
What is it? Artificer? Artificer?
And know when they are casting Stonefall or Thunderstorm. You can also use a raid marker skull.
But you can outrange it, right?
Then you can either leave the area or use a damage mitigation cooldown. This is not a perfect solution. You will still die occasionally because with all the chaos going on screen,
I guess that could be just the trade-off for doing this. It cannot be just like all
however, you can get
rainbows and sunshine.
It doesn't impede your leveling progress that much.
Eee.
Like I said, this is just for squishier classes. Tankier classes should have few problems with survivability.
Oh.
So to summarize, this is a really good option if the following criteria are met. 1, you are on or can get to a realm with a number of players continuously farming cobalt assembly. And 2, your character has enough stamina or damage mitigation or enough skill to avoid being killed repeatedly by
all right.
area of effect.
Well, let's try it out then. This looks pretty good. Hit a like. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna heal you. I mean, it's not like you need it, but... This is pretty cool. Yeah. Give me the XP!
I've been loving it then, I still love it now. Still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. Getting better every day, let me show you how. Cause still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. It's getting harder to stay, but at the end of the day, it's a guilty pleasure, so just log in and play. Whether it's classical retail, I'ma do a /bow. Still, I play WoW.